Okay, so hello, welcome back to Gumede's Coins and Banknotes, and today we have a relatively new coins that we have. Well, actually, these are from a charity, Oxfam, and I purchased them pretty much for full market value and just either keep them or resell them for whatever the market value is. And basically, they're all different types of coins. So the first ones we have are from Switzerland. So we have the 1 Ruppen. So this one was demonetized in 2007, so you can't get this in circulation. And it just has this Swiss cross, which looks like the Red Cross, but that's because they took it off the Swiss flag, which is just inverted colors. So this is actually a white cross on a red flag. 1955 has a mintage of 5.2 million, so none of these are going to be quite scarce. Okay, we've got the copper nickel 5 Ruppen. This was replaced with the aluminium bronze you see behind me in 1980. So this is no longer legal tender, but you can probably still spend it. People probably still accept it. 1955. I'm not going to put mintage figures on most of these because you can find them all on Numis if you want to look them up yourself. Okay, so that's the older one. On this side we have Helvetia, so the allegorical feature just means it doesn't represent a person. So the Helvetia were an old Celtic tribe that inhabited the region, in which they put on their coins, but the country is not named Helvetia, it's named Schweiz in German. And then you've got official names in French, Italian, and Romance. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that Swiss has 4 languages. One of them is only spoken in Switzerland itself. Okay, so so this is the aluminium bronze coin, 2017. Shouldn't be too hard to get in this condition in Switzerland itself. And it's not milled. Okay, the half franc, we'll look at that in a minute. I keep dropping these because it's like only 5 degrees. Bloody freezing. This is hell for me. Okay, if you come from a colder country like Canada, yeah, you snow yanks can stay there. Okay, 10 Ruppen. So this is the oldest coin design in circulation, first minted in 1879. So theoretically, you can get coins from 1879 with the exact same design on the coin. That one is 1953. And we have 1951. So the latest date I have is 2026. And in 1919 they issued brass, and 32 to 39 issued nickel, but they're being demonetized. Okay, so that's this coin. The design is the same as the 5 Ruppen. Okay, the 1 Ruppen is a bit different. Okay, so then we have the highest value coin with Helvetia on the actual coin itself, and this is the 20 Ruppen, or 20 centimeters. So from 1881 to 1938, they were nickel. So this is a nickel coin here. And the next one is 1943. So this is copper nickel. So this is legal tender. The nickel one is not legal tender. So the earliest coin you're going to find for 20 Ruppen theoretically is 1939. And we have 1969. Actually, this is a pretty good condition. I'd say very fine to almost extremely fine. Has a lot of wear on the actual hair. And it has a mintage of 1 million. So in this condition, I'd say you're probably paying at least $10 to $20. But that one I'm going to keep because it's such an old coin and in pretty good condition. I like it. And the other coin is also in pretty good condition. Oh, and you see the B down below, that means Bern. That's the actual mint of Switzerland. And the 1943, sorry, I need to get out of that page and have a look at the current series. And these ones are 4 grams and 21 millimeters. 43, yeah, 10,173,000, so a pretty common coin. And probably at $1 or $2 in this condition. But in that case, if I was in Switzerland, I'll probably just spend it, even though it's such an old coin. Okay, so that's the centimeters, and the last one we have is a half franc. So this one is a silver coin, and the silver coins in Switzerland demonetized in 1971. It's 2.5 grams of 83.5% silver, and it's 18.2 millimeters in diameter. So the bullion content on the 19th of April 2026 is, if I go there, I think it's about $7.50. Yeah, $7.50. So this has actually gone up in value. So realistically, you're not going to buy these for less than $10 on eBay because you've got 15% fees and all that stuff. And 1945 has a mintage of 4,928,000. So if you're bullion stacking in Switzerland, you pretty much just buy these half 1 and 2 francs. The 5 francs are a bit more expensive than bullion value. But I expect in Switzerland you can actually buy these for bullion. And here we have a full feature of Helvetia with all the canton stars. So these stars represent each of the cantons going around. So how many is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I wonder if there's 22 candles. It's probably a bit more now. I think Jura sort of separated. Anyway, and here we have the shield. So it's got a red shield with a white cross, and that represents the Swiss coat of arms and flag. Okay, the other coins I got. So we have country that no longer exists, South Vietnam. It's part of Vietnam now. So we've got Vietnam Republic, Gong Hoa, and it's 10 dong. So these were first minted in 1964. They replaced a banknote. And 1964 is copper nickel. These ones are 1968. So then they copper nickel, nickel plated steel. They are, yeah, nickel plated steel, nickel clad steel, whichever one you want. That's why it's dark on the side, because the steel turns black when it tones. I'm not too sure what color nickel turns when it tones, because it takes a long time for it to tone. I reckon it probably stays a similar color. It's a 1938 mintage of 30 million. These were minted in the UK, in London. And if you wanted to purchase one of these, probably paying $5 to $10. Okay, there's that. Now the last mintage coins are these new Hebrides, and this is a condominium between the French and the British for Vanuatu, which the country is called now. And these are the French issue. The Australian coins did circulate for the British issue, and they also issued their own stamps. So basically we have just the bird denomination. They have Mariam on the other side. So basically this country at the time was administrated by UK and England, and they had both had their different institutions. So the 1 franc has a mintage of 350,000. Then we have 1978 with 200,000. 200,000. And with the 5 franc, these ones are pretty uncirculated, so I think I'll just swap these out of my collection. Okay, 1979, last year of issue, although there were 1982 never released in the circulation. 250,000. So these ones probably cost about $10 each. I have sold a few for $10 each in lower grade, so probably because these are actually in pretty good condition, is a lot more money in the actual uncirculated coins. And the designer was Raymond Joly. And it's a frigate bird, stylized frigate bird based on the indigenous cultures that inhabit the islands, which are all Austronesian. Okay, now we've got some worthless coins. So here's I think this is a West African 200 franc. The date should be down now, I think, but this is well circulated. So when you go to Africa, you're going to get coins like this, which are pretty worthless. So I'll probably sell those as a bulk lot. If I don't have it in my coin collection, it's going to be a space filler. So no value in that one. Belgium 20 centimeters. Yeah, nah, not much value in this one. First year of issue 1953. This is the French version. And here we have, what's this? A steel worker. Then the next one is okay, it goes up this way. Even though I can't read it, I can see the way the text is supposed to be. So this is a Syrian 5 fiestas, and it has a nice design. So Syria actually revalued the currency in 2026. So he says no value. This is 1965 or 1385. So, and it has the, I think it's the United Arab Republic coat of arms, which was a republic with Egypt. So they tried to unify. Yes, probably about $5 for that. Okay, one Anna from India, 1916. In this condition, probably at $1 or $2, not really worth that much. But it has the head of George V, King and Emperor. So, King of the United Kingdom, Emperor of India. So that's where that comes from. And around the side we have different languages. Now I can't remember, one of them's Hindu. I think that's Urdu. Maybe Tamil. And yeah, I don't know. Can't remember. Need to look it up. And here we have a 5 Urdu from Switzerland. Not Switzerland, Sweden. Similar country. Maybe I just insulted both of them. Okay, 3 crowns of Sweden. I think it's Gotland, Norland, Spice. Don't know. 5 Urdu, 5 Urdu. And First landet med Fogte for the. Okay, so there is no name of the country on these coins. The current coins do have the name, so that's very interesting. The only country that doesn't do that now is the United Kingdom. Okay, so that one's 1929, probably about a few dollars. Okay, next coin we have is from the United States of America. Now, we won't get political here. Okay, so this one's Sally Ride, and every year the United States issues different coinages, so I'm going to make a video on the actual different ones, and these are the other coins that I've got. So that's an interesting thing about the United States. If you go there, as well as Canada, their quarters have different designs. Now, the United States doesn't issue one design anymore. It just issues 4 commemorative coins every year. 4 or 5 commemorative coins every year. Canada does issue the standard design as well as commemorative coins. So it makes it a bit harder to get commemoratives in there. In the United States, this will be easier. And here we have the updated effigy of George Washington, which is different than the previous ones. Okay, so that's a copper nickel clad copper. Okay, and these ones are really only face value. Okay, the 2 coins I'm actually interested in getting. So the first one is 5 Zig from Zimbabwe. This was issued in 2024. And this is supposedly tied to gold, but I doubt it very much. You can actually buy gold with this one. That's really only for rich people. Just remember, most countries are run by rich people for rich people. So if you're poor, you're going to struggle to get anything. Okay, so here's the milling. This is the same size as the $25 they issued in 2003. So obviously they had blanks left over from that time. This is a waterfall. It's probably Zimbabwe Falls. It's on the border. I think of Zimbabwe and Zambia. Anyway, this is probably worth about $5. They're hard to get, the set, and when you can find it, they're very expensive. Okay, another coin that's hard to get because it just come out in 2025 is this Saint Martin on Gordon, and this is the first coins issued specifically for Saint Martin. They have issued other counterstamp coins, but not any specific coins for Saint Martin. So we've got the coat of arms. I believe that's a courthouse. I haven't made a video on this coin, so I'm actually very happy I got this coin. Got 2 turtles, So this is a counterfeit feature. 1 gulden. And this took over from the Netherlands Antillian gulden, which they become a state in the Netherlands. Okay, the King William Alexander, King of the Netherlands. So I believe there's a difference between the Netherlands and the Kingdom of the Netherlands. And this one has milled. Is it milled? No, it's just lettered on the side. And 5 gulden is interesting because it is a tri-metal coin. I think that one and the Mauritanian 20 Ugi are the only tri-metal coins in circulation. France did initially adopt tri-metal coins in the 20 franc, but that's no longer in circulation since they adopted the euro. So my favourite of these two. The design's not, they're okay, but they're just harder to get. And these St. Martin coins are probably just going to always be expensive to get. So I think this one's worth about 50 cents. I need to look up the exchange rate. Oh, and St. Martin is divided between the Dutch and the French side. So I think the southern part's the Dutch side, from memory. They use this currency, and the north side uses the euro, so they probably can circulate in both sides for payment. Anyway, thank you very much. Have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time, and take care.